Look, in the house, it is Jill Dale. Jill is a former Wish mom and a Make-A-Wish board member. Today is World Wish Day, and we got to make these wishes come true. Jill, good morning. How are you?
Good morning.
It's
I'm
good
fine.
to have you. This is her first time here, so don't worry about it. It's fine. You get the coupon when it's over. So
She gets a coupon?
she gets a coupon when it's over. We won't say what the coupon's for, but she gets a coupon. Tell me a little bit about what goes on as far as today and this whole effort. I know you guys are working feverishly to get this done, but you look at this in a different perspective as a mom of a former mom of a Wish of Make-A-Wish and the Wish board member. So how does that play into what you do?
Well, I mean, it's something I never thought. I mean, I knew what Make-A-Wish was, but never really thought I'd be a part of it in this capacity. But of course, I'm here in this capacity because of the impact that Make-A-Wish had on our family, and our child's story. And to see other kids come to life and see their eyes brighter and more full of life because a wish has been granted. It gives them hope to face that next day of treatment. It gives them hope to face the hard days ahead, and the impact it has on their families.
Yeah. It's not just a one-time thing for them. It is life-changing in many cases.
It's definitely life-changing. I'll give you a little background of our story.
Yeah, if you can share your story.
My son Campbell was diagnosed at the age of 5. With stage 4 rhabdomyosarcoma. It's a rare cancer of the soft tissue. They found a 4.5-inch tumor in his abdomen. We were treated at Batson Children's Hospital, and they removed the tumor, and he endured 54 weeks of chemotherapy and radiation, and he was radiated in his short lifetime over 30 times, put to sleep over 30 times, just from doing the radiation and the chemotherapy and surgeries. He had 4 surgeries. And at the end of his 54 weeks of treatment, they found a new spot. And they did, at this point in time, his is very rare. His a less than 30% chance of surviving. So after the 54 weeks, there really wasn't much left as far as treatment options as the childhood cancer world that we live in. So we did just a protocol that's been used to treat breast cancer, believe it or not, and they reduced the amounts and dosages for a child his size. That did not work. At the end of 6 weeks. They found 6 new spots in different places in his body. So a trial opened up at St. Jude. So we went there, and of course with the trial, it's always the hope that while you're doing that trial, another trial will open up that maybe would treat his type of cancer. And after a month and a half of being treated there, his cancer had spread again. So in the process, we had talked to Make-A-Wish when he was first diagnosed. When you are diagnosed with cancer as a child, you're visited by the social worker in the hospital, and you're given all this stuff about Medicaid because you can't afford the treatment. These kids, you can't afford to pay for the treatment. And Make-A-Wish. And Make-A-Wish comes to your house, and they bring their big notebook of wishes, and so that kids can look through them. Some kids know exactly what they want. Campbell did not. He was very indecisive, and because his treatment, he was in the hospital every other week. And because of his type of treatment, we had to delay it. So when we were at St. Jude, they worked with Make-A-Wish Mississippi to do what they call a rush wish, which is usually for terminal patients. And so on August the 17th, we call that the Day of the Rainbows, we brought him home. And within a week and a half's time, his wish was granted. We had a wish reveal party, and on the side, we planned a funeral. And so Make-A-Wish came. He knew he wanted to go to Disney World. He wanted to meet Mickey Mouse and Pluto. So we had a unbelievable wish reveal party, and that's when they reveal the wish to the child. And he loved Mississippi State baseball. That group of baseball guys were so special to him. They included him.
And he's 5 years old now, right?
He was 5 years old.
He was 5 years old when he was that into baseball.
Yes. So we are still close. Two of the guys were actually pallbearers at his funeral. Two of the baseball guys, Wes Ray and Ross Mitchell. But he was very close to a lot of the guys. So the Mississippi State baseball team with Coach Cohen at the time, they revealed his wish to him. And of course, he was just overwhelmed. But to walk into that wish reveal party and to see all those people that were there for him and to tell him about his wish, where he's going, who he's going to meet, it was amazing. They had all of his favorite things there, Chick-fil-A, the Chick-fil-A cow. They had an ice cream bar, pizza, balloon lady, face painting, and then at the end of the night, we released lanterns into the sky and prayed over him. And then 2 days later, we left to Disney World. And that's an amazing place in and of itself, but to add a Make-A-Wish story to it, the kids that go to Disney World stay at Give Kids the World. It's specifically for Wish kids. It's not connected in any way to Disney World, but the guy that created it, he created it for kids to come that have these disabilities. And
so they have a lot of medical services added in.
We had the Children's Hospital in Orlando at our fingertips. I mean, if we needed anything, because we were a Rush Wish, a terminal, and he had to go through several rounds of radiation just to get his body ready to go. We did 8 days of just hardcore radiation to prepare him. And Make-A-Wish, when we got to Give Kids the World, they have every holiday is celebrated at the village. And of course, we would go to Disney World during the day, but at night we'd come back and they celebrate every holiday. And they do that because some of these kids won't see that next holiday. So in the course of that week, we celebrated Christmas and Easter, Valentine's Day. They had snow one night, and the characters came, and then he could order pizza, which he loved, 24 hours a day. They'd bring it to our villa. His ice cream parlor shop was open 24 hours a day. He could get ice cream anytime he wanted, and he was on steroids to keep the tumors kind of at bay. So he ate a lot. But they have this special place and where you go if you're a Wish kid, and you make a coin, and it has your name and the date that you were there, and you put it in a machine, and it's a star, and it goes on the ceiling of this room, this huge room, and on that ceiling are thousands upon thousands of stars of kids that have been there. And you look at that and you see the impact that Make-A-Wish and these different organizations have had on these kids, that they got to come to this amazing place.
And the parents.
I mean, and Campbell has a twin sister, Avery, and she's 11 now. But to see her, because her life was about hospital visits and hospital stays, overnight stays. And
can you hold on for just a second? We'll do a final on this one, because my thought in here is he passed away when he was 5 years old.
He passed away a week and a half before his 6th birthday.
At that young age, he's touched a lot of lives, more than someone who's lived, full life. Mm-hmm. Campbell has touched, and it doesn't go away, does it?
No.
He's touched a lot of people. We grab for the tissues. And Jill, God bless you. We were talking off the air here. We got to get people to call Make-A-Wish, and I think you've said how, and you've given us the story how important that is. But again, on the other part too, not only to the child, but to the parents at a time of need. And I want people to know out there, when you give a little bit, $5, $10, or you make that contribution, and you also, if you're a corporation and you have a chance to fulfill that,
Yes.
then it's not a one and done. I mean, it lasts forever. You have contributed to something that's going to stay in the stars.
Yes, and that's the money that you give to Make-A-Wish Mississippi helps Wish kids in Mississippi. It's every child in Mississippi that, needs a wish. The hope is that we can grant them all.
We have over 100?
Over 150
on
wishes
the list.
That are waiting to be filled.
Yeah.
And of course, COVID has, kind of dampened that a little bit, but there are still kids. I mean, illnesses, sicknesses, cancer, they don't stop. So there are kids every day. I mean, we know in the cancer world, every day, 7 kids die of cancer, childhood cancer, and over 15,000 a year are diagnosed.
Yeah.
So it keeps happening.
We're getting better and better as far as the research in a wonderful place like Batson. But sometimes on these rare, when you said your child had something that is not a lot known about it.
No, and
when they went to St. Jude, had they seen that a lot?
They see 300 cases a year. So it's very rare. There's still no rhyme or reason. Our doctor there, which our doctors here are wonderful. They worked together with our doctor at St. Jude. That's the wonderful thing about Batson. To figure out best treatment options, but also to share research and, what works for this kid. And that's one of the trials that Campbell did was for Ewing sarcoma. Well, it's a sarcoma, and that's the thing with breast cancer. It's a type of sarcoma. So you use the different options you have, hoping something will stick.
You have weathered a tremendous storm. You are so strong, and God bless you and your family. No 5-year-old should go through that.
No.
And I know you have a lot of questions, and there's a battle that goes on, but God bless you. So here's what we want you to do. Go to ms.wish.org. You can give there. You can find Make-A-Wish on Facebook, Make-A-Wish Mississippi on Facebook, on Instagram. You can see stories. Yesterday we had a wish reveal of a 15-year-old. It was an amazing day. What was his or her wish?
He wanted, originally he wanted to go to the Braves, to a Braves game, meet one of the players.
How about that? Yeah.
Of course, COVID. So, M Braves did a great job, brought Trusty to Mississippi Sports Medicine. Mississippi Sports Medicine actually sponsored the wish.
Yeah.
And
they've been an incredible partner, haven't they?
They have. And baseball teams, the guys from Northwest Rankin, from JA, some from MRA Patriots, the high school guys came to see this 15-year-old's wish come true. And he got all sorts of signed autographs of baseball bats and balls and shoes. I don't even know how many shoes he got. It was just an amazing day.
So sometimes it's an investment of time more so than just money to go to Disney World or someplace like that. I think it was a misnomer that every kid wants to go to Disney World. Some just physically can't.
No, and that was, our thing is that we knew that's where Campbell wanted to go, but some kids want to meet someone famous. Or I know one of our friends that was treated with us at the cancer clinic, he wanted to ride a train. I mean, he was, 3 at the time. He wanted to ride a train.
And that was his wish.
That was his wish. And
that's amazing.
And so he got his wish.
Do you have room for volunteers within Make-A-Wish?
Yes. There are places where you can serve, where you can be a part of, granting the wishes, making the wishes possible, and going to the kids and meeting them and asking them, trying to figure out what they want to do, because it is overwhelming. And I say that my child was completely overwhelmed when they were like, you can do anything you want. And his eyes got so big, and it was a lot to take in.
Listen, if you have a chance, call or go by. First of all, go to ms.wish.org.
Yes.
And all the information, all the World Wish Day partners, everything is there. All the information is there.
Yes.
Anything special happening today other than that, as far as a get-together or anything?
No, just
on this date?
We are just celebrating World Wish Day, the wishes that have been granted and the wishes that we hope to grant.
The greatest celebration is to know that more people are going to go to that website and give. That's it.
Yes.
Jill, thank you for sharing your story. Appreciate it.